The warlords of Brune wait for their enemies and the chance to take their lives and taste their blood in this glorious Dawnless Day siege battle for you today. And yes, it's great to be back with another replay in Dawnless Days. We have had a bit of a replay issue recently. A fair few replays have crashed. I don't know what the issue is, but it's good to find a replay that's got damn well working, which is always just great to have. But yeah, we are here with a glorious 2v2 here on Dunburg, as we have on the attack, we have the Uruks of Isengard and also the Men of Dorwinion. So yes, if we have Dorwinion here, that does mean we have the Last Breath submod in action once again. And on the defense here today, we have not one, but two Easterling defenders. So yeah, interesting to see the Eastlings on the defense. In this one, it's always nice to see them as well in action. I feel like I haven't seen them in a little while. I don't know, missing my Lokirin boys, but yes, it's good to have them back. It does look as though as well Isengard is looking for an early opportunity here to use these sappers, so I'm just trying to keep an eye on these guys, as it looks like they are trying to come forward, maybe make a breach over here in this corner. There's a lot of Dorwinian Cav as well, sentries, and also the Vine Lord Bien. They're all kind of positioned already around this area, so I think they are waiting for the signal, aka the explosion of the sappers, before they go in, because they should easily destroy that wall. They need to be careful that they don't blow up their own cav here, though, the sappers. Yeah, here they go. Look, they need to be careful. Yeah, they killed a couple of their own cavalrymen there, but they did make a very nice sizable breach there. Yeah, killing 4 horsemen. I know it's not much, but you know, every man's life matters, and you can see here already Veriag warriors being forced back by archers, and they're probably going to get charged here by the sentries, and that is a nice early breach there, an early bit of progress for the attackers in this siege battle. So yes, if you're a fan of all things Dawnless Days and Lord of the Rings and would like to see some more, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment show your support. It really does help out the channel. And that was a devastating charge there by the sentries, the Gwynon sentries. They are losing cav, like the still medium shot cav. They're pretty easy to kill once you actually get them engaged. But it's still like made that Veriag warrior basically a redundant unit. We've now got Bane of Steps, one of the generals actually coming forward to try and challenge these sentries. There are also Dorwinian infantry shifting down. They have Javis, so they actually need to be careful with the defenders about challenging when these guys are around, especially with that general. They don't want him getting stabbed up and killed. But yeah, as you can see here as well, we now have Isengard landing. Looks like we've got some Urukai infantry. Landing is going to have to face a Bane of the Steppe charge. Wasn't too shabby. They are technically down as a melee cav, I believe, so their charge isn't as exactly exceptional as shock cav, but it's still pretty damn good. Well, technically, these are, yeah, they are shock cav. There's also spear cavalries now a thing again in Dawnless Days with the new update. So that's something to remember. But they are killing those Urukai infantry. Look at that. They've lost 60 Uruks already, and the shock infantry going in is probably going to help that out. If they could, they need to try and, like with the sentries here, just pin down this general and this shock infantry. And they actually have got this Eastling general in a real bad situation then, if they manage to do that. We also have shock over here, wards of Rune. They are chopping through. Looks like, I imagine, more Urukai infantry here. Yeah. I mean, the Uruks aren't going to match the warlords in melee, but it looks like the warlords are getting shot to pieces by enemy archers or attacking archers as well. It looks like it's a bit of, well, actually no, the Ivari Wanderers aren't doing it. It is in fact Urukai archers are doing the dirty work, and it seems as though, yeah, warlords over here, they're winning as well. A lot of warlords being brought in this one. I mean, there are 2 Eastlings, so it could be 2 separate armies, I guess, providing their warlords here. But early commitment from these guys is a bold move. These are your best shock available. And in fairness, they are finding the best shock available for Isengard up here. I can see some berserkers mixed in this fight. You see 1 or 2 there. So yeah, they have got some stern opposition on this wall. Have the Wars of Rune. If anything, this is a perfect target as well for your own archers. Like, kill those berserkers, they're very light. That's what you want to be going for. Somehow that general has also managed to get out of there. They've missed an opportunity pinning him down. I don't actually know where the sentries... Oh, the sentries gone all the way around here. And they're taking out archers, which also isn't a bad choice. Runic archers, with like, they'll have plenty of ammo. Yeah, most of their ammo left. That's done a good amount of damage. And now they can bounce off and go into the warlords of Rune here if they choose to. And there's also a general, like, he's coming over to help. Yeah, I'd bounce off into these warlords, but it looks like they are not doing that. They're going to get charged themselves. And that will be the end of that sentry unit, I imagine. They're going to actually retreat out of that combat. They're going to charge the archers one more time. Yeah, that's the end of that Dorwinian cav there, that is for sure. Yeah, they missed an opportunity. They could have pinned that general down, surrounded him, killed him. That would have been the real win, I feel like. Yeah, Gwynon and sentries here, they're trying to just, escape, cause a little bit more havoc. They're going to go for these Veriag bowmen by the looks of it, maybe. try to take these guys out. And there we go, yeah. I don't think they'll get many kills, but... Oh, wow, yeah. This guy just stopped in his tracks. Okay. That's how we... Oh, yeah, they routed, that's why. Fair enough. Okay, there you go. That is a dead cav unit. But it's probably doing its job, you know. It's probably killed a few hundred men. And that's all it needs to do. And it's allowed as well, as you can see here, the Eastlings and also Dawnwinian to land quite nicely. Dawnwinian actually has lost a Dawnwinian infantry unit here. I don't know if this is the melee or... Yeah, it must be that. I think there was a shock infantry unit down there, but they're also getting shot up. And that unit has full, like, Javi ammo left. So yeah, good use of the archers up here on this nice ridge. The Variag bowmen here doing a really good job killing off those Dawnwinian infantry. And this area over here, kind of a kill zone for Dawnwinian. They don't want to be sending more troops in that direction, that's for sure. Dawnwinian actually seems like he hasn't really got that much. Fiery Wanderers, he's got a Selduin Bridgewater there. He's come from very small and elite armies by the looks of it. Vineland Watchman. Yeah, he's brought the Avari Warriors. He's really gone like for elite units rather than like spamming out like a lot of like more mid-tier stuff. So yeah, Vineland Guards as well. He's got plenty of those in reserve. Yeah, it seems like an elite Dawnwinian army is being brought today. So yeah, losing one unit is quite a big loss to him. And we do have another cav unit actually over here as well. Gwynon's Sentry. Is just waiting there patiently. I don't know what they achieved to do. There is a half-orc axe as well. It's probably a siege tower here. They might land. I guess maybe try and capture the gate and then rush across. But it looks like the defenders have got barricades set up here, which the other sentry unit is they're desperately trying to destroy to break out. But that's quite funny. But yeah, it's I think they're kind of prepared for that a little bit. The defenders also have stacked up over here. They are really prepared for any sort of issue there. Oh, General's dead already? Seriously? Oh my gosh, he is, yeah. Wow. Maiden of the Steps General is dead. That is a huge loss for the defenders so early on. An early general loss like that. I mean, defenders already have like a numbers issue. Like it's 3,300 against 2,900. Yeah, losing a general as well. Yeah, that's not going to help. We've got some Dawnwinian infantry that is going to clash with the Runic archers here and deal with these guys. Hack and slash your way through these archers, boys. That's easy kills, like already routing. Probably because they're with that general. Yeah, what I was saying before the general died is look at all these units over here. They're stacked up. Waiting. We've got Karna sentries as well. These guys have Javis. Now, they used to be a Javi unit, but they're now a swords unit with Javis. Yeah, kind of another little alteration there for the Eastlings. But yeah, they are set up. They've got plenty over here as well. More wards of room waiting. So they're really expecting the defenders to come over here and assault this point, which they might. But there is, actually no defenders here at the moment. It looks like their main thrust might come against this slope. Or the other slope as well, which it usually typically does when you play in Dunburg. I feel like those are the two main points of attack. Vine Lord Bjorn is down here as well. He's trying to cause some havoc. They want to be careful they don't lose their own general though. Like Dawnwinian also can't really afford to. Though he has elite units, they still are affected by morale, so I'll keep this guy alive. Also, he's, a good cav unit. A good cav unit could be useful, like, end of the game. The other Bane in the Steps is still very much alive and healthy, and he doesn't look like he's going to be threatened just yet. He's very much safe behind enemy lines. But yeah, very, very interesting moves early on here. We still do have a lot of Isengard range. We still have the Grenadiers to come in. We've got a crossbow and lurts still yet to be used as well. We've got pikes, which... To be honest, they are going to be a problem for these things. These things are the pikes. They have pole arms, which are still good, but they don't get the range of the pikes. So that could be an issue there further down the line, but we'll see. But yeah, there's still plenty of this game to go, which is what's so exciting. I'm really looking forward to seeing how this one goes down. We've actually got pole arms and spear units stacking there, so that's going to be a tough defense. And it looks like the final sort of Eastern units are trying to get back. You got the shock there. That it looks like they're going to do it. It does look as though the general over here, which is still getting weaker by the way, he's down to 20 men left. Looks like he's still going to chase down with the White Stormers here, these archers. This is a really silly move. This general dies, which I don't think he has. No, yeah, encouraged by nearby unit, still not dead. If he dies, what a waste. I mean, it evens the playing field, I guess, but I feel like the defenders don't need a general as much as an attacker. I don't know. Actually, I take that back. I think both their attackers, like both attackers and the defenders, need their like their generals for different reasons. I feel like defenders need it for like morale, as do the attackers, but for varying different reasons. I think the defenders have strong defensive positions, so which often can inflict a lot of morale issues onto your onto your troops. But the defenders just have less troops generally, so they need their men to hold a bit longer. They need a general. But one of these things has already lost his general, so not much you can do about that. Kind of sucks. It's 3,200 against 2,600, so both sides losing just over 1,000 men. In the case of the attackers, just a little bit more, but more like 1,300. And it looks like, I mean, to be fair, I think they've been a little bit wasteful with certain things like Cav, for instance, for sure. Definitely has been a bit of a waste. But yes, we'll see what happens from here on in. I mean, I do love Dunburg. It's a very, very pretty map, that is for sure. Very pretty. But yeah, I'll make a quick cut here because it looks like the attackers are going to just kind of slow down, maybe capture some points. And so I'll see you guys in a moment. Okay, so we didn't have too long to wait. You can see the clan guards and the Lokirim polearms here waiting patiently. Looks like they are going to be facing off against some Avari Wanderers. And maybe some Dawnless infantry here as well. They're all setting up. Looks like the Dawnless infantry might be going in with their javies first. It's all weaken those polearms. It doesn't look like the clan guards are going to allow them. They're going to rush on down this hill. They're going to engage those bad boys. And yeah, there we go. The siege recommences. But yes, if you're enjoying, like wanting to get involved in any Dawnless sieges, and you did I just say Dawnless sieges? If you want to get involved in any Dawnless Day sieges, I don't know what I said. Going mad clearly here. But yes, if you want to get involved in any Dawnless Day sieges, or any Dawnwinian sieges, or any Total War sieges, do feel free to join my Discord. The link's down below in the description. Also, if you've got any good replays and you know they work for Dawnless Days, do send them in to my Discord. It's the best place to send them in for me to go and check them out and feature them on the channel and get your 15 minutes of fame. And if it's a 15-minute long siege, clearly wasn't a good one. Probably meant that you either got wiped out really quickly as a defender or an attacker, which I don't know which one's better or worse. Definitely these javies back here, though, should not be like these Dawnwinian infantry should not be using their javies. All they're achieving is just jabbing their own men in the back. I mean, they're hitting some guys, but like the risk is you just jabbing your own guys. Really. Like, just pull back your other guys, then javvy the polearms. Yeah, this is gonna be a tough opposition here. This is probably Erebor crossbow worthy. Is this fight really? They are using up their javelins. The Dawnwinian infantry actually getting absolutely nuked. Well, not nuked, but they're getting really hit hard by these Variac bowmen here. Who are just shooting. I mean, they can't even see what they're hitting. They're literally shooting over the side of a cliff, and they're just like, yep, there's enemies down there. Don't worry, we've been told by someone. We believe them. There you go, the Dawnwinian infantry. A second wave going in. This, I think, is like all the mainline Dawnwinian infantry that, well, Dawnwinian has, I think, left. After this, violent guards, polearms, and a lot of praying to whatever gods there are in Middle-earth. As in like Eru Iluvatar or something like that is like the main god in Middle-earth, something like that. It looks like they're going to fall back. I don't know. Oh, well, they're resetting up. Definitely is a bigger blob here. 3 units are not required to try and break through this. Just send one at a time. One at a time. But they are running out of ammo, which is obviously reassuring for the attackers. The Lokirim are, yeah, looking a little low. Well, some of them are. There's still 2 Variags over here with fairly healthy amounts, as are these 2. These guys are like, well, a third left. Not too shabby. The Kana Sentry's moving over here as well. It looks like they've quickly weakened their defense that was over on this far side here, which is good because it doesn't look like the attackers will ever be attacking that spot anytime soon. They have exactly the same replica of defense it looks like here. They actually have a shock infantry as well stacked in that. Jeez, they're really like blobbing up there. That would be a great target for archers. There's 2 units in there that can't missile block. One that can pretty well, but whether it can with a rear shot, I do not know. The swords over here are beating spears. And it also looks like now we have archers of Dawnwinian here. The Avari Wanderers there trying to pick off these Carnage sentries that are waiting in reserve, and they are doing some damage now. Down 20 men. The fighting continues. Evil versus good men. And then some Urks thrown in on the side. So the Urks are taking a bit more of a passive role at the moment. They did do quite a bit of pushing earlier on. So whether they're just waiting patiently, or maybe they're going to just bring up these Urukai archers and lures, maybe try and chip their way through that way. It's also a possibility. I do not know. I certainly think that any units that like in this, at least one of them is charging out to stop any grenadiers that get too close to their lines. That's for sure. I mean, best policy then would be to have like an Isengard unit in front, then have the grenadiers go in, because this again would be a great target. If it's not archers you're going to go like use to kill up this blob, you've got to use those grenadiers. It's a 3-man unit. I mean, you get 3 volleys with it. It's all you need. It's all you need. The Clangards, you know, I don't really respect them often when I see them. They just kind of remind me of like Dawnless Days, Pavi's spears. Like they've got a big shield. They're very good on melee defense, which I guess is handy today. But yeah, I'm never that impressed with them. They never get great kills, but I guess that's because they do all the hard work elsewhere. They've held a long time here. That's what I was trying to get to. They've held a long time. Archer's still firing in. I don't know whose it is. I think it is. Yeah, it's the Loki Rim or the Variag Bowman Archer. So, yeah, again, helping to rout some of these units. Finally, we've seen that Clangar break. We're seeing Carnage Sentries, though, replace them in this fight. Again, I just pull these guys back. Let the Archers go and do some work. These Variag Bowman, they have a sword and a shield. They're kind of a bit hybrid, but not quite. What do we got coming up here? Shot. The half-orc axe. Yeah, it's not worth shooting, really. I think you could... Anything that's in this choke point here will sub a half-orc axe, but maybe that's the idea, just to tie them down. Looks like we've got the archers now also trying to do some damage on that side. And there you go, half-orc axes already breaking. They do remind me of orc pillagers though, probably because they're both like orc-like and also have big axes. But pillagers have had a cost decrease, which will be interesting to see how they do in action, that's for sure. But as you can see here, looks like Dawn has been forced back, and they had nothing in reserve ready to come up. So either they're like, yeah, screw it, we're giving up on this spot, or they just weren't ready. They might just not have been prepared. Like I said, I think it's time for crossbows if you can send anything over. Crossbow at the bottom of this hill. Start just chipping away at those pole arms. They're at half strength as it is. Good chance you'll whittle them down a little bit more. And once you've done that, I don't think there's any more spare... Oh no, there's one more spare pole arm.
Running. Stand and fight, damn you!
That is unfortunate. I thought they only had the 2, one in each choke point. So once they took out one, it was going to make it quite difficult for the defenders to hold back the attackers. But it seems they have a spare one, so it will be interesting to see. But to be fair, they are running out of sword infantry, which can kind of do all the missile block for these shock and pole arms. So eventually it would just be shock and pole arms. And I mean, if the Cumans and the Jigget don't waste all their ammo, sorry, not what am I on about? Sorry, I'm mixing up my 12-12 and my Dawnless Days now. If the Isengard and the Dorwinian players don't mix up their ammo, don't use all their ammo, then they're okay. But I think Dorwinian definitely has used all his ammo. There you go. I'm clearly just not thinking about Dawnless Days. Just talking about, they got a little bit of ammo here, these Zavari Warrior Wanderers. Again, I don't know if bringing elite archers is the way to go, unless you're going to, I don't know, use them in melee, and you know you can use them in melee after, or you just need the extra range. Because I think like elite archers now, or even like elven archers, they all have the same range. So it's not like you're getting that from bringing expensive ones. But whether Whether these guys in melee will do okay. They are technically an elf unit. They are pretty decent. A cav here getting shot up as well. And so much of it getting shot up. Huge loss. Look at all the dead horses. That's a huge loss there for the door-winning player. Should have been paying more attention. Obviously, with the pike coming forward, as you can see, the Violent Watchmen, they are going to storm forward and they'll get shot now. That will be the primary target. To be honest, if I was the other player, I would either like go to that very far end. Oh, there's also a pole-arm there. Jeez. There's a pole-arm with a bit of ammo, but I don't think it is. It's essentially just underneath. But yeah, I would push for this point here if I was like anyone with a pole-arm in this attack. Because I think this is the weakest point for him. I mean, I know I benefit from Fog of War being off, but also generally there's just no archers around here as well, so you just, yeah, it should be fine. And you're getting good rear shots as well. Yeah, here we go. Looks like it's going to be attempt 3 to try and break through this line. It's going to be the Avari Wanderers that are going to get the job doing it. That, or it's going to be Wild Stormers or late Violent Guard, sorry. I think it's going to be the Wild Stormers. They're not slowing down. And in they go. Wild Stormers might be able to do the job. I mean, against a half-strength halberd, I'd expect them to do okay. Archers again firing in, trying to have their influence on this fight. I think they're not shooting the Stormers, more the pikes behind, which are already down to 110 men left. They're already losing 60-odd troops. Polearms are losing. I think that is actually because of the Stormers, not the pikes. Stormers are actually beating these guys, so that could be a concern there for the defenders. That is for sure. And then over on this side here, again, archers going in. It's yeah, a sacrifice, really, if anything, just to weaken the Eastlings. Again, same on this side, the polearms and the spears take a little bit of time to break through. Like I said, Isengard just needs to set up an infantry line here. This Stormer would do. Then bring up the Grenadiers, and then it either forces these guys back, or they have to accept their fate and they're going to get blown up. It actually looks like, oh no, the bombers, the Grenadiers are way back. They are way back. And for now, yeah, you can see these Variag Bowmen, and they're just having absolute free reign. They really are. They can shoot so many units in the back here. The attack just needs to stop lobbing. Here come more pikes. Now an Uruk pike going in. Do they have ammo for that? Doesn't look, well, they have a bit of ammo. Really are running low though. Don't know if that will be enough to kill off. It might certainly weaken this Uruk pike. Is now down to 100. Well, less than 140. So it's already lost 20 Uruks. So yeah, a couple more volleys like that might be able to do some serious damage to it. We'll see. But it doesn't look like these units here for these things are going to hold him much longer. We have to throw in that archer. It's literally just behind them. Yep, as you can see here, the polearms just cannot get reach of these pikes, so stabbing their way forward, poking their way, trying to do their bit. They can maybe try and pike push, that might get them killed, to be honest. Again, on this side here, yeah, no real action. The archers have been broken. I think it's just a diversionary sort of attack while the main thrust is going to come up this slope here by the looks of it. And it looks like we've got that polearm, the Violent Watchman, that we saw going earlier. That's died. So there's the swords here, and I think it's just the polearms left. Could be a tough one still. A few polearms can still put up a sturdy defense. All that needs to be done, all they need to do these things is support with this sentry now. Just keep them here. So the archers can go and get ammo or something. That would be huge. But I don't think there's any sort of supply barrels up here, are there? Nah, I don't think there's any sort of supply barrels for the archers up here. It's unfortunate. But yeah, here we go. Looks like another big commitment going in. Looks like another polearm being sent in. If I was the oh, they're just resetting up this line. Oh god. If I was the attackers, I would be like, come on, no, not another polearm. I'm going to try and get through. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Men are running, cowards!
But yeah, as you can see here, it looks as though what is coming down? Oh no, it's Uruk-hai archers riding for a second time. I thought maybe it was something coming down the hill for the Eastlings. We just challenge these Uruks. Looks like we are going to see crossbows now moving up. So yeah, I imagine we're going to just see them set up maybe in front of those swords and just start crossbowing away at the polearms, because you can in it focus certain units in particular when you're doing orders. Which I guess you can in most total wars. I feel like you're more prevalent in Attila. You can't pike stack. You can still select whatever unit you want to kill. Sentries in here. They seem like they're holding their ground. I mean, they're fighting Avari warriors. It's not an easy fight, that's for sure. But at least it's a spear unit. We already lost 20 odd men. It's been a fairly tough fight for those elves there, the dark elves.
Thrown down their
I think what they are. But it looks like we've got the crossbows here doing exactly what I said they would do. Start chipping away at these guys here, just trying to weaken that foundation before they send in any more troops. Easiest way to weaken it, though, as I keep saying, get those grenadiers up. You just blow them up and you're in. But it is always about where to use the grenades. There's an art to it. Again, the Avari warriors battling away in that front line. Backed up by berserkers. What an interesting duo. Those berserkers killed some of their kin, or like the elven kin. A Helm's Deep. Kind of wild. Think about it like that. Looks like they're making a little bit of progress in the attackers, but I'm not really sure just yet. They might just not be killing them, but just pushing them back, which, to be honest, is not also a bad idea. If they can push back up through this choke point, big win. But yeah, they are killing the very egg bowmen. No surprise, just bowmen. Look at this, though. This is a problem, though, for the defenders. They actually lost a lot of these Lycurium halberdiers in the shooting over here. Look at this. You can see there are a lot of dead halberds being like just dead on their feet. Vanguard's trying to do their bit like they did on the other side. Trying to outdo their fellow regiment. I can so see that being a thing, a bit like Gimli and Legolas. It's like, so how many orcs did you kill today? 16! Oh, I got 20 something. There we go, archers coming in, firing into the back of these Lycurium halberdiers, doing a lot of damage. That took them from like winning decisively to losing. And this is Lurtz firing down here, so yeah, Going to be pretty accurate, I imagine. I still think the Grenadiers should be coming up. I think it's like a do or die. Like, they don't want to leave it too late. Yeah, good to see that if you're rooting for the attackers, this halberd unit is dropping quickly. Very, very quickly. Getting rear shots on it is very, very good from the player playing Isengard. That is great stuff. Oh. Again, they're pushing on. Led all the way by the Avari Wanderers? No, that's the bow unit. The Avari Warriors. I think that's what they were called. It feels like I've been out of Dawnless Days, out of the loop for a long time. I think just because I haven't had any real good replays to cover, or they like just keep crashing on me. There you go. Storms what they're going to break. Now it's just the pikes and the elves. Surprised they haven't thrown any more in to try and hold back this, but maybe they just want to keep that solid cohesive line together. I don't know. But yeah, it's not looking good on this side really. The halberds have died, and now I mean really the clan guards are going to be next to die, but it's whether they die to archers or to the blades of their enemies. Fight on in this choke point. They fight on. It's just really coming down to 2 choke points. And here we go. Grenadiers finally coming forward. We're going to see some explosive action here, I think, guys. Maybe some explosive diarrhea coming from those Grenadiers. We'll see. They fire them out their backside. I mean, this is a great target. I mean, you've got 4 units here waiting. Yeah, here we go. I think that is exactly what the Grenadiers fancying. They also having to move forward a little bit. I don't know if they'll actually have to get in a melee fight. Oh yeah, let's see, look, they're trying to pull back units here. And you can actually see the opposite, the defender, sorry. There you go, grenades going off. They're trying to go after the Grenadiers. The Grenadiers, though, got out of there pretty swiftly. A general has died. Oh, no. I didn't even see this. I don't think the Isengard player. So yeah, the general has come down this slope here. He's actually pushed down a lot of troops, has the defender. And he's managed to snipe out Lurtz with this charge from the base of the steps. And that puts Isengard in a whole lot of trouble. We've got the other Gwyn sentry here that I think was relatively healthy. That tried to help out, fight for the general. But yeah, it's not happening. Even the swords could not help. And there you go. This could be detrimental. I mean, really now, I mean, if I was the Isengard player, I could be making a push for that other general. Get the Vinlord Biennia in real good spot. They should have just rammed this guy down here. But yeah, if you got that general there, you got to like get him like closer to the front line, put him between the gaps over, so you can't just like get easy charged. But yeah, that is real problem. That is a real problem. And yeah, now all of a sudden. Dunburg, the defenders own most of it again, and then the attackers own literally like this slope, and then that bit in the slope. That's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Move on forward. Move on forward. Problem is with this counter-offensive here by the defenders has meant that they've lost a lot of lives here. We've got more archers breaking. And both the shock and also palms here, they're not looking too fresh. Berserker's challenging halberds, so it's a suicide mission. You've got to get them round the side if you're going to do it, which they actually probably could do. They could go over here. Oh, more explosions going off. Yep, here we go. Look at that. There you go. That's going to break on through. They need to be careful they don't rout their own troops. There are warriors in there, but I think they've done their piece today. I think they're just solely trying to take out those halberdiers. There's another shock infantry waiting. And there you go. I think they are going to just rout these guys. At least attempt to. To be honest, that's enough damage maybe done that they probably don't need to do anymore. But yeah, more wards ruined going down. There's an archer as well here. This is, yeah, really the main critical area. And it's just going to come down to whether the defenders can hold long enough here to allow their reinforcements to, which are actually, look at this. The archers are actually getting ammo. They're going to resupply and go get some ammo. That is huge. And yeah, now they can see whether they can like encircle these guys, do some more damage. I mean, I'd be using my archer ammo to kill this Vine Lord Bien. Very low on men left. Be very banged up when it comes to HP, and he's kind of trapped between the lines here. Again, more grenades going off, as you might be able to tell. Trying to hit that healthy wall of the ruins in there. This guy's fighting in the shade because it's that hot fighting in Dunburg, apparently. Very unseasonal weather. Oh my gosh! The grenades! I'd say generally they are hitting mostly wards of Rune, but there are also definitely hitting a lot of Violent Guards. Oh yeah, those ones definitely did. I mean, they're hitting Eastlings as well. Look at the fire!
Our unit has used all its ammunition.
I assume that's the grenadier that's out of ammo. It's gonna go straight in. Yeah, it's a bit of an amalgamation of stuff now fighting in there. I mean, the shock infantry is fighting against archers and grenadiers. They're not going to do a lot there. We've got a sentry down here with a lot of ammo left. Does also look not that great here for the attackers. They're kind of being forced back down this hill. The Locurim are losing though. I think that's because of these crossbows here. Yeah, getting a nice little angle actually. So yeah, that actually might help. But yeah, we've got pikes and swords facing back this way, already scared of the like the reinforcing defenders, which there aren't many of, but it might just be enough. You never know.
Our allies' general has fallen.
The allies' general's fallen. So that means Dorwinian's gone. Dorwinian, I don't know if you just put. Yeah, I think he just pushed into the melee as she like beat some other stuff. He was just forced into the melee and he's dead. So that is not good. So now both attackers are without generals. The Violent Guard have got to hold on. Fight for Dorwinian. Show pride in your fighting for your country. No, it's getting quite intense over here. It's quite hard to see what's actually going on. So we're going to go back to the side that actually has the sun on it. As you can see here, looks like the halberds have been shot to pieces. And now the stormers are going in for one last charge to try and get these guys off the battlefield. They should do it. I think they were wavering, even like swords. Yeah, I was going to say swords when they do that, they usually just break through. But yeah, this is huge. Look at this. Now we have a breakthrough here for the attackers. They can just go straight up here and then in for the cap point. They capture the cap point, starts a countdown here of 150 seconds, which means that the defenders have to try and stop that countdown by recapping the point. Which is going to have to rely on them winning this fight over here, which they probably can do. The Carnage Sentries here can certainly just jabby those Selduin Bridge Wards to pieces. But yeah, this is where they can do it in time. If those Selduin Bridge Wards are elite infantry, so jabbies will do some damage to them, but the morale that they'll still fight for, like for how long they'll fight for, could make the difference here for these attackers. We'll see. We will see. And I was excited to go back to that side because I had all the sun. Do like how they say, like, brace yourselves. There you go, jabbies weren't thrown. Were now though. There you go, and they actually are decimating them. Look at that, killing a good amount of bridge wards. Another volley, and they'll do some serious damage here. I'm expecting them to go to like 80. Yeah, look at that, 80. 82. Oh, so close. So close. It's nearly a perfect prediction. There you go, out of ammo. Out of ideas. It's now just charge into the bridge wards and hope that something gives. If anything, it's probably going to be these sentries. They're not that great. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of time till they break through here, the Violent Guards. And then they can just surround these units here. But we're actually seeing Berserkers coming down. They're going to counter encircle these guys over here. And they're going to try and stop them. But yeah, look at that. Berserkers getting shot as well by their newly replenished Variag Bowman. They're going to try and help even up that match there as well. We do have, there's like one sword capturing the point. I think I'm not sure if the more units you have on the point, the quicker you capture it. But at least they have something on there. They're capturing it, which is obviously the main thing. Bridge wards fighting on with those halberds, poking away, shish kebabbing Carnage sentries when they need to. I do like how the top of their helmets just disappear and you see their bolt heads occasionally. It's a little janky thing that Last Breath needs to kind of sort. But there you go, they've actually routed all of these things here. They've actually managed to stop that sort of encirclement from happening, and they're actually going to beat these Carnage sentries here. And when it looked like the defenders might just have pulled off a little sneaky trick here, it looks like they might still get defeated. And they have obviously turned from being the defenders to being the attackers themselves in this siege battle. It's, yeah, well, look at this. Very, very surprising. Very, very surprising. But yes, as you can see here, Uruk pikes, it's going to be difficult to get through those. I mean, they just don't have anything that can stop them. They got surprised they weren't using their ammo over here to try and weaken these guys up, but they weren't, unfortunately. And yeah, both sides have a polearm or a pike defending the bottom of these slopes. So the easiest way ups are gone. But I mean, there is still a third final ramp over here. No one's defending. Don't even know if the defenders are, the attackers are aware of it, but I imagine they must be. We're going to see this crossbow unit here come over and probably help with a cap. Try and wrap that up nice and quickly. And yeah, while they're doing that, I'm going to check out this charge here by the Variags. A bit of a forlorn hope at this point. Like look at the distance. They're not even up close to the pikes. Yeah, best just to give up. They could maybe try this little gap here. I don't know whether that's like the pathfinding allows you through there, but that would be not a bad idea to try and rush that. I'm gonna just fast forward while we wait for something to actually happen. It looks like archers are just shooting these polearms, trying to weaken them. Still doing bridge wards. Any other polearm that Dawnless had would probably break at that point, but these are elites, so it's a little bit more difficult. Shock has also gone in. And yeah, there you go. So we're going to have another engagement down here. Looks like the Berserkers are actually losing in a fight. There are only 30 of them left to Bowman here, very Acronian. That is still impressive, though. I thought it might even it out after a while, but another Berserker still suffering in that fight. I think just they've seen too much action. There you go, the General is back inside. He's done exactly what I thought he was going to do. He's gone up that ramp over there, and I think he's had to kill himself quite a bit actually to do that. I'm not sure. But yeah, all the traps are activated over here, so I'm presuming... Oh, no, I think it's on their way down they activated them, got damage. But yeah, it's smart here by the Isengard player. He's going to try and back himself into a corner. I mean, it's going to allow these players to go back up and try and recap this point. There's 80 seconds left on the clock, by the way. They have managed to capture it. And as you can see here, I think the General, well, he might as well just leave it and go and charge over here. I mean, the problem is there's crossbows, which could do a lot of damage. They do need to be careful of those. But yeah, another pikes and just shuffle up, chase these guys back. And yeah, it looks like, I think... Yeah, the Berserkers are going to die, as are these Southern Bridge Wards. Somehow the Variag Bowman are going to win this fight. There is 300 men left on either side now. It really could come down to who makes the biggest mistake. There is less than a minute as well. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how this one goes. A charge by the general into the swords. I don't think it's advisable. I don't think they break through. Yeah, look at this. Just stacking up on either side. Just as a shield wall. Crossbows in the middle. The crossbows can still arc over, luckily. So they are doing some damage. Bayonet steps, not too much, just a little bit. But here we go, yeah, Bayonet steps going to just go in for a charge. I think they kind of accepted they ain't going to break through, but we'll see. Oh, they got close. Some of them are breaking through. Thought maybe they were going to carry on. And there you go. It looks like, I think we're going to see the settlement being captured. Like through the cap point actually being taken, not through actual destruction of one side or the other. And that's a very different change for sure. But there you go, a Pyrrhic victory for Isengard. We'll end the replay and have a quick look at some of the end results. So yeah, this is from Meerkat's perspective, playing as Isengard. So yeah, thank you very much, man, for sending this one in. And glad that it worked, that's for sure. But 141 kills with the alert general bodyguard before he got killed off. 184 kills as White Hand Stormers here. 198 with one of the Berserkers is very, very nice. Pike's getting 117. And then we got Crossbows over here with 159 kills and 163 with the Grenadiers. Not too shabby for them. Then we have Charlie Pope, named after the great Pope John Paul himself, clearly, playing as Dorwinian, getting 97 kills with his general before he fell. His Dorwinian infantry really struggled in that battle. Those Javis just, I don't think you use the greatest effect. Violent Guards getting 130 kills, 161 with another one there. Vari Warriors getting 102, 163 with the Selden and Bridge Wards. His archers did well, though, spending that money on those archers, 186, 161, 173. And then one of his cav did get 142 kills there. Then we had Foot Connoisseur playing as one of the Easterlings, 141 kills with his Bayonet Steps general there. His shock, he spammed out the shock, really did. Variag Warriors not doing so great, but his Wards of Rue getting 105, 142. And then his polearms here getting 149 kills, and his Variag Bowman getting 299 and 257. Some very good kills there. Then we have Loris playing as the other Eastling army, 145 kills with his Bayonet Steps general there. 112 kills with the Wards of Rune, 161 with another one there. And then his polearms, 254 kills. Very, very nice. And then we have the Lokium Archers, 155. And then all his Variags did well, all getting plus 200, 220, 236, 242 kills. But there you go, guys. An excellent siege battle. It's always good to come back to Dawnless Days and play some very, very, very good sieges. And that certainly was up there as a top tier siege battle. But yes, if you did enjoy, do remember leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that shenanigans. That helps support the channel as we work towards 10k subs. And also don't forget to join the Discord if you haven't already to get involved in some Total War battles or send in your own yourself. And until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.